Every engineer's first love is the database transaction. Do 5 things, and if anything breaks, one command, rollback, and the universe is restored. Here is the uncomfortable truth that guarantee dies the moment step 2 lies in somebody else's computer. Look at the screen. Transfer money between 2 banks. The debit at bank A succeeds. The credit at bank B fails. You cannot roll back the debit, it is not your database, and the money really left. You cannot roll back a sent email or a charged car either. The outside world has no undo button. It only offers new operations. The pattern that fixes this is from 1987. It is called the Saga, and Cloudflare recently shipped it as a first-class primitive. First question: why not just stress the transaction across the services? There is a classical answer, and its ghost haunts every distributed systems interview. Two-phase commit. A coordinator asks every participant to prepare, do the work, hold the logs, promise you can commit, and once everyone votes yes, phase 2 says commit everywhere. Atomicity across machines. On paper. In practice, it stops at your organization's boundary for 3 compounding reasons. First, everyone waits for the slowest participant while holding logs. You have coupled the availability of all systems into one chain. Second, the coordinator is a single point of failure of the worst kind. If it dies between phases, participants are stuck in limbo holding logs they cannot release, blocked sometimes for as long as the coordinator stays down. Third, and this is the killer, two-phase commit requires every participant to expose, prepare, and to hold logs on demand. The payment processor does not. The airline's booking API does not. The other bank certainly does not. The interfaces of the real world are commit only, you call them. The thing happens, and the response is your receipt. No amount of protocol cleverness upstream can conjure a prepare phase out of an API that does not offer one. So atomicity, in its strict form, is simply off the menu. What is the correctness model that works with commit-only steps? The Saga pattern was named in a 1987 paper by Garcia Molina and Salem, originally about long-lived transactions inside a single database, and it aged into the standard answer for distributed workflows. The move is to stop pretending you have one atomic transaction and admit you have a sequence of local ones. Debit bank A, a real transaction committed immediately. Credit bank B, another. Send the confirmation, a third. No global locks. No coordinator holding anyone hostage. Each step is fast, local, and final. Correctness is recovered through a contract. Every step in the Saga is paired at design time with a compensation, a new forward operation that semantically reverses it. The compensation for the debit is a credit back to the same account. The compensation for a booked seat is a cancellation. Under this contract, a Saga has exactly 2 legal endings. The happy path, all steps complete. The unwind, some step fails, and the Saga runs the compensations for everything that already completed in reverse, returning the world to a state that is morally, not bitwise, equivalent to never having started. Cloudflare's post compresses it into one line. A Saga is the pairing of an operation and its compensation logic. But that word semantically is carrying a lot of weight. What exactly makes a good compensation? First, a compensation is not a restore. The debit happened. It is in Bank A's ledger forever. The compensation is a brand new operation, a credit for the same amount, whose business meaning cancels the first. Ledger shows both entries. The book's balance, history is not rewritten, it is answered. That is why the pattern survives contact with commit-only APIs. Compensations only need the same interface, the forward step used. Second, order matters. The unwind runs in reverse, because later steps routinely depend on earlier ones. You must cancel the shipment before you refund the order it belongs to. Undo the newest thing first, work backward to the oldest. Third, and this is where hand-roll sagas quietly rot, compensations run at the worst possible moment. Something already failed, so they themselves will be retried across timeouts and crashes. Retried operations must be idempotent. Running twice must equal running once. In practice, that means every compensation carries an idempotency key. Cloudflare's example is literally the transfer ID suffixed with rollback debit account A, so the bank can recognize a duplicate refund attempt and swallow it. Miss that detail and your failure handler becomes the incident, the double refund. So we have steps, compensations, ordering, idempotency. Now the question the whole pattern secretly hinges on: when things explode, who remembers what already happened? Here is a sentence from Cloudflare's post that deserves a frame on the wall. When a multi-step application fails halfway through, the hardest part is often not knowing that it failed. It is knowing what already happened and what needs to happen next. Sit with that. To unwind correctly, you need an exact, trustworthy answer to which steps started, which finished, with what results, which compensations are registered, and which have already run. And you need that answer after the process orchestrating the saga has itself died, because the crash that broke your transfer is not polite enough to spare the coordinator. A saga without durable memory is a promise written in RAM. This is why hand-rolled sagas decay into status columns, sweeper crons, and tribal runbooks. Teams keep reinventing a crash-proof memory of progress, one incident at a time. A durable, ordered, crash-surviving record of every step, start, and completion is precisely what a durable execution engine gives you, a journal that outlives the process. Sagas are not a competitor to durable execution, they are its most natural feature. Journal the forward steps, and the unwinder can always reconstruct what happened and what it owes the world, which is exactly the foundation Cloudflare built on. What does that look like as an actual API? Cloudflare Workflows is a durable execution engine. Code as steps, each step journaled, and it gains Saga rollbacks as a primitive. The API shape is the pattern from this lecture, verbatim. When you declare a step, you attach its compensation as metadata, right there. Step.do, debit A, the function that debits, and an options object carrying rollback, an async function that credits the money back. Two details show the design was earned. First, the rollback handler receives the recorded output of its forward step, the compensation credits using the transaction ID, the debit returned, pulled from the journal, not from fragile closure state. Second, they thought hard about ordering under parallelism. Steps can run concurrently, and completion order can differ from start order, so unwinding by reverse completion would make the rollback sequence non-deterministic, different on every failure. Workflows unwinds in reverse step start order, deterministic, reproducible, debuggable, no matter how the async does settled. They also rejected the prettier fluent version, chaining a rollback call after the step because it broke promise pipelining and step timing semantics. An API where failure handling is declared beside the operation, not scattered in catch blocks 3 files away. But declaring rollbacks is the easy half. What makes them actually run after a real crash? Under the hood, rollback rides the machinery the engine already trusted. The persisted step history answers authoritatively the 3 questions from the last slide: which step started, which finished, and with what output, which rollback handlers were registered. In the common case, the engine simply invokes the handler stubs it already holds. In the recovery case, the orchestrating machine died mid-saga. A fresh worker replays the journal and rebuilds the missing rollback handlers without re-executing the original side effects, because every forward result is injected from the history rather than re-earned. The debit is not refired to rediscover its transaction ID. The ID is read from the log, and the compensation gets exactly what it needs. Then the detail that separates a primitive from a code snippet. Compensations run with the same operational guarantees as forward steps, retries with policy, timeouts, lifecycle events, logs, and a final recorded outcome. Your refund is not a fire and forget apology. It is a durable step that would be retried through crashes until it succeeds, and whose success is itself journaled. Failure handling with the same rigor as the happy path. That is, the standard hand-rolled sagas almost never reach. So, should every workflow you own become a saga tomorrow? No. And the caveats are load-bearing. The classical objection to sagas is real, no isolation. A database transaction hides your intermediate states, a saga performs them in public. Between the debit and the unwind, Bank A's customer sees money gone that will later reappear. The mature response is to design states that are safe to be seen. The order is pending, the funds are held, not taken, the seat is reserved, with expiry. Intermediate states become part of your product's vocabulary instead of a glitch. User screenshot. Second caveat, compensation is not always the right failure strategy. Often the better saga is the one that refuses to go backward. If the failing step can be retried into success, and on a durable execution engine, retries are cheap and automatic. Driving the workflow forward to completion beats unwinding it. Reserve compensations for steps where waiting is not an option and forward repair is impossible. And remember the lesson from episode 1, retries need a budget and a breaker, or your recovery becomes the next outage. Third, some actions have no compensation. The email is read, the webhook fired, the text message arrived. You handle those with ordering. Put the irrevocable step last, after everything failure prone has succeeded. Or you accept the leak explicitly and log it, rather than pretending a compensating apology email is an undo. Pattern, machinery, price. What is the checklist you carry back to your own systems? The portable checklist, 5 rules. 1. Pair every step with its undo at design time. The moment you write a forward operation, write down what would cancel it. If you cannot say what the compensation is, you have discovered an irreversible step, and that discovery belongs in design review, not in an incident. 2. Compensate semantically, never bitwise. You are not restoring a snapshot. You are issuing a new operation whose business meaning cancels the old one. Both entries stay in the ledger, and the books balance honestly. 3. Unwind in reverse, start order. Later steps lean on earlier ones, and start order is the only order that stays deterministic when parallel steps finish shuffled. 4. Idempotency keys on both directions. Forward steps retry, compensations retry harder. Every operation must survive running twice, or your failure handler will one day be the incident. 5. Journal progress before trusting it. The unwinder is only as good as its memory of what happened. Persist every step, start and finish somewhere no crash can reach, or run on an engine that does it for you. 5 rules, 1 theme, failure paths deserve the same engineering as success paths. Let us land the whole story. Landing it. When a workflow spans services, the atomic transaction you were promised is gone. The outside world is commit only, holds no locks and offers no prepare phase, so two-phase commit stops at the boundary. The saga is the honest replacement, a sequence of local, immediately committed steps, each paired at design time with a compensation, a new forward operation that semantically cancels it, and a contract of 2 legal endings. Everything completes. Or everything completed gets unwound, newest first, with idempotency keys making every retry safe. The genuinely hard part is not the compensations, it is remembering, across crashes, what already happened and what is owed, which is why sagas are not a rival to durable execution, but its natural feature. And why Cloudflare built rollbacks directly into workflows, compensation declared beside the step, unwind in deterministic reverse start order, and every rollback running with retries, timeouts, and a journaled outcome of its own. The discipline to keep, design the undo when you design the do. Next in the series, episode 4, we stay with distributed data and fix the oldest bug in event-driven systems. You wrote to the database, then the publish failed. That is the transactional outbox. Thanks for watching.